everybody. My name's Scott Conor. I'm the CTO and R&D person within Trust Electric Heating. I'm also the inventor of the Neos radiator, which we're hopefully going to talk a lot about today. We've only got about 30 minutes or so any questions, please get them in nice and early. We have got our lovely marketing team at the back of us, which are helping us with everything in case it all goes wrong. We've never done one of these before. The reason that we wanted to put something forward like this was we do get a lot of questions that come into the staff, just based over here, asking technical questions and just basically simple questions. But we don't get a chance to answer everything that gets asked. So what we're basically doing today is giving an open forum and a chance for people to come and ask the questions that they would like to ask of me or of the staff. So anything you've got out there, if I can answer it, I will. If we go wrong on this, we do apologise in advance because we've never done anything like this before. But neither has anybody else in the industry, so we're a bit of a pioneer. So we'll get straight on with the questions. I've got lovely Leonie to my left. Carol Leonie.
So Anthony has asked, what is the reason we send heating advisors instead of people being able to buy online?
Well, firstly, you can buy online because we have another company called the Conservatory Heating Company, which will allow you to buy 1 to 2 radiators if you want them to, and that's a pure online purchase. The reason why we send advisors around to people's houses, I'll go back a few years. We used to allow people to buy generally through Trust Electric Heating products online, but what we found was they would measure the rooms incorrectly, not on every occasion, but most occasions, and then they would buy the product. We would ship the products to them, and inevitably they were undersized, oversized, or didn't fit in the space that they wanted. So when they called back into us, we'd end up going back out to the customer and then finding out that they've bought a radiator which is too small, which causes a problem for the customer, and then they would have to upsell or buy another one. So what we chose to do is we will send somebody around to the property, purely for an information purpose only. There's no pressure, there's no hard sell or anything. We've got a great bunch of guys and girls out there that will come and give you some really good sound advice. They'll advise you on what we recommend as a business that will heat your space, or whether it be 1 radiator or 100 radiators, and again they will demonstrate the radiators to you, showing all the features and benefits, why we're different than anything else on the marketplace, to be honest. So primarily we just want to get it right first time. That's the reason why we send somebody out.
Aidan has asked, do we cover Northern Ireland?
We don't have a presence in Northern Ireland at the moment, and I'll say at the moment, but we can ship to Northern Ireland because we have shipped in the past to Northern Ireland, France, Spain, Switzerland. Yeah, we can ship it out, it's not a problem. And what we'll do on this occasion, we'll have quite a detailed conversation with the person over the phone, Aidan, guiding you through how to measure the space correctly, what pitfalls you can look for, and hopefully we'll get it right when we send that product out, over to Northern Ireland for you. Yeah.
Alex has asked, why are our radiators so innovative?
Why are our radiators so innovative? Good question. I suppose I'll take you all the way back to 2014, I think. We used to sell quite a well-known German brand in the early days. We were called Northern Heating because we provided heat in the north. And we found after a 2 or 3 year period of selling these products, we started to come across a few problems. Rust, various other little things crept in, and the public were paying quite a large amount of money for these radiators. So what we decided to do was take all of the bad that existed out there and the good, put it all in a mixing bowl effectively, and try engineer all the problems and complaints that we were getting selling that existing product. And we tried getting rid of everything, and by doing so come up with some fairly innovative methods and designs of how to warm a room as quickly as possible, as effectively as possible, at a price point that would suit the customer with a 25-year guarantee. So we've got some key features like we've got double convection built in place, so we move the air around the room. We destratify a room, which means we mix the air very well, so you don't end up with a lot of warm air at the top, or hot air at the top rather, warm air in the middle and cold air at the bottom. We mix very effectively. We don't lose a lot of heat into the rear wall, where you find a lot of products will lose anything up to 40% of heat into the rear wall. So yeah, we built it in a different way. We built it with aluminium so we don't rust. So it's our own patented product. It's our own thermostat that we get made in the UK down in Nottingham. So yeah, it's been built for purpose rather than just what we consider a white box that's been stuck on a shelf and then just farmed out to you. There's some thought process gone behind it.
So we've had our first actual comment in the Facebook
fantastic.
Live. So this is from Derek, and Derek has asked, can we guarantee the projected savings against other electric heating products?
Yes, we have done various amounts of testing over many years now against standard panel heaters, the best panel heaters we can get, and all of the, what I would say, the classic products that are on the market. So if you went online and you search for them, I can't give names out, but they would naturally just pop up. We've tested against all of these products, and we do show better results on things like surface temperature. We're coming in around about the 48 to 52 degrees C, where some of our competitors are coming in at 153 degrees C. So again, it all depends on how you use the product. If you're going to use it sensibly, how we recommend it, you'll see some great savings. And most people will see good savings from the product as it's put in place. As long as you end up with the right size radiator for the right size room, you shouldn't have any problems. You should get what you want. And we've got some good guarantees that back that up as well. So thank you, Derek.
So the next comment's from Rosemary, and Rosemary's asked how long the radiators stay warm for and how long they take to reach a comfortable heat.
So I'll answer that back in reverse. To reach a comfortable heat, if it's again the right size radiator for the right size room, and you've not got a lot of leakage, you're around about 30 to 40 minutes. Will get you, depending on your starting temperature, obviously. If you're starting at -5, it's going to take a lot longer to get what's comfortable. But the climate that we've got in the UK, you know, if you're aiming around about the 16s, 17s to get you up to the 19s, 20s, then yeah, it will take you about 30, 40 minutes. Staying warm, again, depends on the leakage that you've got in the room, the amount of air that's getting passed out. So again, you're looking at around about the 30, 40 minutes, only dropping a degree or two maybe, but you won't really notice that drop in temperature. Good.
So Linda has asked if she has an existing gas boiler system and wanted to replace it with electric radiators, do we remove and disconnect the radiators and pipework, and do we supply hot water boilers?
Wow, cool questions. Firstly, as a company, we stick to what we do best, and that is the Neo electric radiators put in place. We do have other solutions, which we call the Zebra solution, where we work with partners where we provide PV and battery storage and hot water. We are getting a lot of customers now that come to us that want gas removing LPG or oil, what we class as a wet system. So we have partners up and down the length and breadth of the country, which will go in, will remove all of your wet system, cap everything off, get rid of everything out of the property, install a new boiler, not boiler, but a hot water cylinder if need be. We do work with a company called Mixergy, and I hope they won't mind me letting them know that. And then we will come and install our system as well. So in short, the answer is yes, we will do that for you, and we will make sure that the whole process is followed through. So you've got hot water, and you've got everything removed from the property, and you've got an efficient, effective heating system. So yes.
So we've had another comment in the live. This
Brilliant.
is from Mark, and he's asked why are they called radiators when 80% of the heating is by convection?
Yeah, that's another good question, and it's to do with companies. Well, it's basically to do with how it's interpreted out on the marketplace. It's called a radiator because traditionally, when you look at one of those on the wall, it does radiate. They also convect a little bit as well. But if we just called them convection systems, it would confuse people. So we class it as a radiator because it does radiate a little bit, but predominantly, you're completely right, it convects nearly all of the heat that it gets produced. But it's just, it's making something which is just comfortable for the customers that are out there. Because it's innovative enough, and to try and mess with words and names and titles, well, I think it'll just cause problems. So yeah, we stuck with radiator.
So we've actually had a comment from one of our past customers, and it's from Oliver, and he said it's the best thing that they've ever bought. It heats the big rooms in their old farmhouse in no time at all.
Fantastic. That's what we love to. We have on that note as well, and thank you for that comment. I really appreciate it. That it's working well out there for customers. And on that note, if you want to go and check out all our reviews, we have got hundreds and hundreds of reviews out on all platforms, which is customers, just like Oliver saying, they've bought the product, they've gone through the process of somebody coming out and seeing them, giving them some good advice, selecting the right product and radiators for them, making sure they get installed correctly. You'll see that a lot of the comments that we get put online are about installation. The installation teams are fantastic. They do a really, really good job. They clean up after themselves. They know what they're doing when they're in customers' houses. So thank you for that. Appreciate it. And stay warm.
So the next question is from Shannon. She's asked if there's any update with us reducing the amount of light that comes from the control panel on the heaters.
Right. Again, another good question. So what I'll say is this. As a finished product, the Neos, we class it as not a finished product because we're always learning from customers that are using them on a daily basis where they're detecting things that are not comfortable for them or cause them a problem. So we've had, over the past couple of years, we've had two issues with this, and that is people could see the green light inside the radiator on the PCB, just acknowledging there is power to it. So what we did is we got rid of that light. The second one was that on the protostat, it's got I'll show you, stay there 1 second. On the protostat, it's got a thermostat built into the side. This is the protostat, and this lights up blue. Once you've used it and set your programming in, it will drop down to a paler shade of blue. Now, again, for customer feedback, we found that a lot of customers, especially in bedrooms, didn't like this pale blue. So what we're now doing with all of our radiators is it drops straight to black. So there is no light, there is no background light or anything left on the radiator once you've stopped programming it. As soon as you go back to it and press a button, the lights will come back into play. And if anybody has that problem, please notify us or give us a shout, and we'll see what we can do to either swapping it out, changing it, or what we can do to help on like bedroom radiators where that's causing a problem. So please email into one of the team, info@trustedelectricheating.co.uk, and mention that you've been on the Ask the Inventor cast, and we'll see what we can do for you. Any more questions?
So we've had another question in the comments. We've got lots of questions coming through.
Good.
And this one is from Eva, and she's asked about the clicking noise that the radiator can make sometimes.
Yeah, again, we've had a lot of this coming from customers. It's just the metalwork bedding in. It will settle down. If you look on the internet and you ask the question of this with electric heaters, you find that a lot of electric heaters will do this, especially aluminium ones. Not so much with the mild steel ones. But it will slow down. And again, if you come back to us and you email in or you phone call in, when our engineers are in the area, what they can do is they can pop in, loosen a few screws, make it so we're not getting that cracking between the metals as they're expanding, and hopefully that will fix. But we are here to help, so please, if it's causing a problem, give us a call back in, book somebody in, and we'll get one of the engineers to pop in and try and fix it for you. Do everything we can.
We've had another question in the live from Richard, and Richard has asked what technical features do we have which many of our competitors don't have?
First of all, we've got design. There's nobody builds a product like us that's on the marketplace. They tend to have just a general resistance radiator or a simple panel heater, and the reason behind this is they commoditize the product. So what they do is they turn it into what I've mentioned one before, a white box. So when you order it, it's on the shelf, it's got a thermostat to the right, and that's just how you get it, end of story. Whereas with us, we can specify various things. So firstly, you've got 1,625 different colours you can choose from. You can have it with a completely smooth front, or you can have it with a wave front. Additionally, you can have the power on the left, the power on the right, thermostat on the left, thermostat on the right. So we've got tall, slim ones, and we've got short ones. So we don't, as a business, we don't carry stock. We generally, everything that's over there is sold. So we run down the lean manufacturing route. So we are building things for you when you order it. So it's not an off-the-shelf product. It's built for you.
Okay. We've had.
Just going to drink a wheatgrass while we continue.
We've had a question from Derek in the comments. Derek's asked, have we got any plans or proposals to collaborate with electricity providers and potentially provide tariffs to be more cost competitive?
That's a yes. That's a treble yes. We are in talks with lots of energy providers. As a business, we are an affiliate partner with Octopus Energy. Hand it to my trusty Leonie down there. So we are an affiliate partner with Octopus Energy. When we have got a tariff on there called the Cozy tariff, which our product is hopefully going to be working with very, very shortly. But yes, we are working. We're working very closely with Westminster and various other government bodies to try and create a product which is more suitable for the customer. That's what we're aiming to do. But yeah, we are working with those. But it is a good spot. Yeah, we are. Any more questions, lovely Leonie?
We've had a question from Tony. Tony has said, if he buys one of the radiators, can he be confident that he won't see the product being offered on promotion soon after?
No, is the answer. Because we do promote various times throughout the year. But what I will say is we always try to give the best price to the customer at the point. We do have some discounts in place. So we have got an NHS discount and we have a veterans discount, of which I'm one. And that is about 10%. That drops off the price. So if you are NHS or you are a veteran, you've got an automatic price reduction there. But we do, as a business, we do have various peaks and troughs throughout the year where we try to promote what's good for the company, so we can keep that constant revenue stream going in. Unfortunately, we don't know exactly when they're going to be. Oh, Black Friday, there's a classic one. But other than that, we don't know when they're going to be. I'm sorry about that.
We have had another comment from Mark, who has said that he does have one of our radiators fitted at his parents last year.
Brilliant.
And it's working great, looks great, and is a bit cheaper to run, and they'll definitely replace more. And thank you so much for being a great team.
Oh, again, fantastic. We love positive feedback. It's good.
We've had a question from Pam, who wasn't able to join us today. So Pam has said, hi Scott, sorry I won't be able to join you online, but my question is, I already have one of your heaters in my lounge and the hall. If I have one in each of my 2 bedrooms, so the whole apartment is the same temperature, will my electric bill be noticeably higher? Thank you for giving such a good service. It's like a breath of fresh air.
Fantastic. No, you won't see a noticeable rise, just like you haven't seen a noticeable rise with the 2 that you've got elsewhere. Bedroom radiators, again, because we can work from a zoned area, room by room technology with the protostats that we've got, or you can have a wireless system through a company we work with again called Salas. We can have a fully remote wireless system put in place. But bedroom radiator, we tend to give some good solid advice how you heat that space, because you don't want to be heating it when there's no one in it. So again, give us a call in. We'll get an engineer to come and see you. We'll give you some really good sound advice. And if that's what you want to do, then again we can help you with the products for that space. But you shouldn't see any noticeable rise.
We've had another question from Richard. Richard has asked, would I need a dedicated electrical circuit for the heaters, or would it run off the mains?
The Neos radiator can run off the main system. So a few bits of advice on there is up to 2 kilowatts. We can put it on a plug very happily. It's not a problem. We tend to put it on what we call a switch fuse spur. 2.5 kilowatts, we tend not to put on plugs at all. We again insist on a switch fuse spur. This is a normal house ring main circuit put in place. The reason for that is a 2.5 pulls around about 10.4 amps on a 13 amp plug. You will get some resistance at the plug and the plug will get warm, and that can be quite scary for some customers to feel a warm plug. If you are removing a night storage system, a night storage system runs on its own dedicated radial lines, which means that from the consumer unit, the fuse box, all the way to the radiator is a single line, and that goes for every night storage that's in the place. So you have got a dedicated line, which is probably the best way to run it. To be fair, when you come to running on the ring main, again, one of the guys or girls will come around to the property. They'll have a look at your consumer unit, and they will guide you on what's best for the amount of load that can be placed into that system. But generally, we never come across a real problem, unless you've got an exceptionally large house and you've only got single phase coming into it. But other than that, we don't generally have a problem.
Mark has put in the comments that he would like us to let you know to keep up the excellent work that you do.
Oh, lovely. Fantastic. Round of applause from the audience. Round of applause.
So we've had somebody else ask about the ominous figure that is behind you, Scott.
Yes, I'll do a little. See if I can do a little turn. There we go. Even looks like me. That's incredible. This is Keep the Cat. This is we use this on our TV adverts that we put in place. It wasn't this big on the TV. It shrunk down to the size of a cat. But yeah, it's we keep it in the office now, and yeah, it's a fantastic thing. We're going to put some more TV adverts out coming up, hopefully this year, next year. But yeah, this is Keith.
We've had Julie, and she's asked, how much is it to have a colour put on the radiator?
Depending on the colour, because there is 1,625 different colours. Some of them are very simple, like anthracite, black, a pebble. And they are the more common colours. But when you go into some of the like champagne white and stuff like this, and various complicated colours, they can be a lot more expensive. Generally, from us, what you'll see, depending on the colour, is per radiator. This is a 10 to 20% uplift. And we don't make anything from this. The only reason we have this put in place is for our fabrication company. Again, which I'll give a mention to and a shout to, which is Salamander, and they're absolutely fantastic. But what you pay that cost for is them dropping down their existing colours, loading up just your colour, spraying just your radiator, and then loading up the existing colour they were first using. So there is a 10 to 20% uplift or cost if you choose a different colour.
We've had a message in from Paul, and Paul has asked, what service standards do Trust Electric Heating have when it comes to their after-sales service, and what timescales do they work to for repairs to keep a system operational?
Give me that again, because that was a bit of a mouthful, was that, wasn't it?
Okay. So what
Is it from Paul?
Yes, this is from Paul, and it's what service standards do we have for after-sales support, and what are the timescales for repairs?
Well, we have. You get, first of all, you have a 25-year guarantee on the product, and that covers the whole of the radiator. You have 5 years on the thermostat. So if it breaks within the first year period, we generally will come out and replace everything that needs fixing of a free of charge. We'll replace any product that's broken or anything else. You've not got a problem there. We do have a product which is called the Trust Care Package. And I think that runs around about $17.99 a month. And effectively what that does, it eliminates all call-out charges, it eliminates all labour and anything else and product. And it completely, to be fair, covers you for everything that's... any eventuality of anything going wrong, basically, that's what it covers you for. It's a great system. It's comparable with a service contract that you'd have with a gas system. And you can get that from just dialing and speaking to one of the lads or lasses on the telesales team. They'll help you put that in place. We, as a response to get back to you, we do it as quick as we possibly can. Whenever we've got people in the area, we will get them out to you. Obviously, in the winter, it's a lot harder for us. Spring, summer, and everything else, it's a lot easier for us. But we aim to get it fixed as quick as we can. We can't hang our hat on that, so we'll get there in 24 hours or in 48 hours. But what we will do is we will send you out and dispatch straight away supplementary heating that will keep you warm until we get there to fix it. And that's free. Again, we'll just send some supplementary heating out for the couple of days where you may be without heat. So we do care, but we just can't work miracles sometimes. Being honest.
So we've had a lovely comment again from Mark, who said your service is far better than your leading competitors who do a hard sell, who had sales from one and struggle to get them to go. but yours totally fresh air, very helpful.
Fantastic family-run business. We want to make sure that all the customers we can are happy. And again, we're not perfect. We do make the odd mistake every now and then, and we apologise for that in advance. But we'll do everything we can to fix any problem that exists.
We've had a fun question in from Tim, who's asked, why is it called the Neos?
It's called the Neos because it's named after my son, would you believe? My son's called Neo. And we've taken a bit of a Greek theme on things. I don't know why, but we have taken a bit of a Greek theme of things. So Neos is Greek for the first or new, as it is the first or the new of its type of product that was put in place. And again, named after my I'd say a little son, but he's 6'2" now, son, Neo.
Okay. We've had Samantha, who's asked, where are we based and where do we make the radiators?
We are based in Garforth, Leeds, West Yorkshire. We cover the whole of the country, and we make the radiators here, right here. We used to make the radiators just over there, to be fair. But we've now got 4 units scattered around this building area where we are now. So yeah, it all gets made here. We pull everything together. It's made, tested, dispatched from here in Leeds.
Okay.
Any more questions?
So we've had Robert, he's come in and he has seen something about us going to America and he wants to know a little bit more.
Yeah, we are. We've been over to the States now, probably in 2025. We've been over working with companies like Innovate UK and Make UK and things like this, all government bodies. We've been over around about 5 times last year, predominantly into the New York area, to be honest. That's New York North and West, and a bit of time in New York City. And we're working with, again, some equivalent of Innovate UK bodies out there with something called an international landing platform, where we're trying to see if we can push the boundaries and get into New York. So yes, we are pushing out into the States, hopefully. We are also looking at places like India, where we've got some great collaborations running. But yeah, it is a real interest to us. It's a real interest. Their climate in New York is very similar to here. We have looked at other places like Houston, Fort Lauderdale, and other places, but New York is seems to be the place that's best for us. So we're going to hopefully get more out there. We'll hopefully get a address and a presence out there, which will enable us to be able to go overseas. So yeah, it's on the agenda.
We've had a lovely question in from our friend Paris, and he's asked, what was the inspiration behind starting the business?
The inspiration behind starting this, we'll go back to 2013 there. I worked with two companies prior to setting up Northern Heating, that then became Trust Electric Heating. And I used to get quite infuriated as a salesperson, I was then going out selling, of how customers were treated with the product that they had, and how the product regularly on a weekly, monthly basis failed customers, and the lack of innovation and the lack of, I suppose, development that those two companies wanted to push on to customers, and it really, really annoyed me. To a point where we got to a point where I was pulled over, I suppose, as a salesperson, and I was told that my cancellation rate when I was going to customers was too low. In fact, it was 0, and they wanted me to become more of a pushy salesperson and force people into buying products, which is totally against my ethics as a person in the industry and in general as well. So, probably out of anger, I left those companies and started importing what was a German radiator. And in all fairness, it was a good product at the time. It was the best that was out there. I won't mention their name because I'll get in loads of emails and problems. But I worked for them. And again, out of anger, I got fed up of ringing back to Germany and saying, I've got a radiator with rust on it, I've got a radiator discoloured or something's broke, trying to get parts, and it didn't sit very, very comfortably with me. So again, out of anger, I decided, well, enough is enough. I now know what I think the customer wants out of a product and wants out of a company, and created Northern Heating. And then Northern Heating, we got investment from a huge PLC of a few, well, I won't go into it, but we got investment, and then we became Trust Electric Heating, so we become a national brand. And all that pain that we had back, and then we tend to these days keep it away from customers so that they have a good experience. As you've heard with some of the other people, this is them speaking, not me. So yeah, it was just born out of pain and anger, I suppose, out of what the industry was pushing onto customers. If that wasn't too much of a long answer.
Hey, we've got the only question we've got, like, we've not got any more time. So we've got one last question.
One last question.
From Jamie, and they've asked, what are our plans for 2026?
2026, we're going to hopefully double in revenue. We're hopefully doubling size. We've got lots of things. We've got 3 or 4 more products that we're going to launch this year. Again, aimed at what customers are asking us to produce. So we've got a few of them this year. We've got some great partnerships coming up this year, which is great. As I've mentioned, Octopus. And yeah, grow. We just need to grow. Keep innovating. Keep developing things that customers want. Yeah, just keeping customers happy and keep selling and improving all of the comments that we get put back in.